All right, welcome back to the final reaction. And yes, we have reaction to the title, but today I am bringing you my spoiler free, no spoilers whatsoever. I don't see Gabe around, so you can guarantee no spoilers. Spoiler free review for Godzilla. And I'm going to try to see, not if I can make this as quick as possible, but if I can make this a shorter video. Because if you know anything about me and Gabe and our other channels, we like to talk. We like to talk quite a bit in our reviews. They average about 30 minutes. So let's see if I can keep this down to under 8. That would be impressive. So I just got back from Godzilla vs. Kong literally 20 minutes ago. And I'm ready to talk about it. Overall, how did I feel about this film? Well, let's talk about the buildup. A whole lot of buildup for this movie. Whole lot of buildup. This was the fourth in the franchise. You have the Godzilla film that came out. When was that? 2012 or so. It's not going to show me right here. It should show me, but it's not. And then you had Kong Skull Island, 2017. You had or maybe it was 2014, the first one. Godzilla King of the Monsters, 2019, and now 2020, Godzilla vs. Kong. I was a big fan of Skull Island. I think that was my favorite of the three. And this film, so much build up, so much hype on the internet, on YouTube. Absolutely loved hearing all the conversations, all the theories, this or that. Let me tell you, this is a wonderful film. And let me change that. Rewind. I don't have the editing skills, so this is an excellent movie, an action-packed movie. Everyone's been saying it, so I'm not going to copy it verbatim. But basically, if you want the action, Godzilla vs. Kong, you will not be let down. Overall, Batman vs. Superman, in my opinion, is an above-average film, but such a letdown in so many ways. You're not going to have that kind of situation. It's not going to mislead us in the end there. You're going to get, for the most part, Godzilla vs. Kong. I don't want to go any more details with that. We get several fights. Let me just say that. Several fights between these two titans. And they are phenomenal. They are excellent. As I'm watching the movie, I'm a huge fan of going to theme parks. And I've been on the Kong little 3D ride at Universal Studios a few times in California. And the whole time I'm watching this movie, I'm like, oh, this sequence could be a ride at a theme park. Oh, no, this one could be a ride at a theme park. There's at least 3 or 4 of them that you're like, okay, I can see that being a 3D interactive ride at the theme park, and it would be so fantastic to be a part of it. This film's got the action. A lot of reviews are saying that the human part was kind of lacking. Not really for me. Are they great scenes? No. But King of the Monsters, I was falling asleep several times with not Famke Janssen. I almost said that wrong. I can't remember the actress's name that played the mom, Millie Bobby Brown's mom. Let me go to it right now. Vera Farmiga, thank you. There you go. Kyle Chandler, their whole thing, that just kind of bored me. I wasn't really too interested. There were certain things, her little backstory. I won't get into that in case you haven't seen it. What her motivation is, I wasn't really buying it. It takes you out of the film so much when you get to the human part. In this movie, it's not like 10 times better with the human part, but it's much better. For me, it was more cohesive of the film because you're going to get the action sequences with the Titans, but you're also going to get the build-up. And I felt like a lot of the story with the humans, the plot, the storyline, fit in pretty nicely. There's a lot of convenient things that happen. There's a lot of things you're like, really? Come on. But this is a film about a giant ape, for crying out loud, and a giant lizard, for crying out loud. So you can't really go in there expecting like, well, that actually would not be scientifically true. You can't really go into it for that reason, and just don't. You're going to enjoy the movie so much more. This is a huge popcorn flick. Ate a whole bunch of popcorn, which means I was really enjoying it, just eating it a whole up. The popcorn, literally and figuratively, with the film. I don't want to get into too many spoilers, but let me just say this. If you're more of a Kong fan, you're going to be a little happier with most of the movie than if you're a Godzilla fan. Let me just say that without giving any spoilers. That does not give anything away with the ending. I'm not trying to allude to that whatsoever. I'm just talking about overall with the film and the screen time. Millie Bobby Brown doesn't really do too much in this film. She really doesn't. It's about Rebecca Hall. Is that her name? Rebecca Hall's character. And the girl, I think her name's Gia in the film. Let me see. Rebecca Hall. The girl that plays Gia. She's a little kid. And I don't think it's giving any spoilers away, but she doesn't speak. Okay, so she uses sign language. Played by Kaylee Hoddle. She was fantastic. And the reason why she was fantastic is because she's not saying words. So everything has to be the face when she's acting. If she's afraid or she's worried or she's happy or she's sad, that has to be all acting. And she did a great job. Okay. The humans, let me bring back, they don't have a lot to do, but they don't take you too much out of it. Okay. I'm a big fan of Pacific Rim. The second Pacific Rim was so cringeworthy in so many different aspects when it came to humans. This is not that. There's some parts of this film where it kind of turns into Transformers a little bit with the humans, if that makes sense. But overall, I enjoyed this movie a whole lot. The music in it is really fantastic. I like the choices of songs that whether it was the director or the person in charge of music did. The soundtrack itself, like the orchestra music, it was just okay. It wasn't anything that blew me away, but it was definitely fantastic during the fight scenes. You can't go into this movie thinking about, death count and whatnot, that kind of stuff. If you didn't like Man of Steel because you're so worried about the death count, you're probably not going to want to watch this film because you can't really think about it too much. You're not supposed to. But there's some gorgeous shots, great use of CGI. Again, the acting was good enough. I will say that I think my favorite, besides the girl that played G, I think my favorite actor was Alexander Skarsgård. This guy literally played Tarzan in a film I actually enjoyed quite a bit, but that got destroyed in the box office years ago, he was the king of the jungle. And now he's playing in a movie with Kong, which is kind of funny. He plays a very different type of role than you've seen him in if you've seen him in different films. He's great in different films like Straw Dogs and, like I mentioned, Tarzan and so many other things. He plays a different role in this film, and I was actually really impressed with what he did. So for me, he did a really good job. But I really enjoyed this movie. I'm going to watch it again. I went to the theaters and saw it. I wanted to see it on the big screen. I'm going to watch it again with my kids in a few days on HBO Max. And I can't wait to see it again. So many sequences and the fight scenes are just unbelievable. Have to watch them again. Several moments. When I watch a movie, I'm looking for, are there any rewatchable moments I can't wait to watch again? And yes, in this film there are. If you go to the theaters, if you watch from home, you are going to be very happy. But I'm telling you, I watched in the Dolby Theater at AMC. It was worth it. It cost me $16. It was worth it. It was such a spectacle. I recommend that if you feel okay about the whole COVID situation and going to the theaters. What did I feel about this film? What was my grade, I should say? I'm going to give Godzilla vs. Kong 2021, because there was an original film, King Kong vs. Godzilla, 1962. I'm going to give this film a B+. I'm going to give it a B+. That's a very high score for a film that involves just big monsters killing each other, fighting each other. And that's my grade. Let me know what you think. If you've seen it before, let me know what your thoughts are. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. We do a lot of reactions, but I also want to keep doing reviews because I love talking about movies. Let me know what your thoughts are. I hope the YouTube algorithm hooks me up on this one and it gets more than just 20 people. But with all that being said, until next time, adios.